Hey folks, as you all know, it's been a really long time since I posted a video. Holy shit. I've had a pretty busy year. Anyway, let's go back to SCVN. A mixture of guilt and pride led me to spend the rest of the day at Golden Zone Fire. Holy shit. Coming back and trying to read is hard. Between ladder games and a break for dinner, I scoped out the cafe's best StarCraft players. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any of the Golden Zone Fire's regular patrons are much to write home about. They were pretty good players there for all-out attack, sure, but today, most of the cafe's patrons were playing Brood War. And of the ones that were actually laddering in StarCraft 2, there was only a single guy in Master League. I'll have to extend my search outside of a single PC bang. I guess it'd have been a little too convenient to find a VSL caliber player so easily. I gotta get back in the swing of things. Holy shit. With all my free time, I've just been relaxing trying to play CSGO. I haven't had, a good chunk of time to actually sit down and record anything fruitful. Especially since, you would just hear me be like, from being so tired. I get the urge to stop at a convenience store on the way back to my apartment. There's one I've been going to regularly for my nightly fix of sugar and caffeine. Yo, that's bad for you. Sure you're eating your veggies out there? The store's blindingly bright signage is visible from more than a block away. Green capital letters spell out the store's name in English on a backdrop of white. Go Mart. Jesus Christ, this man. The door's familiar chime welcomes me, and the same clerk I've seen at least a dozen times before stands formally behind a cash register. He looks a bit too old. God damn, I can't read tonight. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm still pretty tired. He looks a bit too old to be working still. Maybe he owns the place and doesn't have to help. Maybe he owns the place and doesn't have to help to work the night. That makes no sense, Mark. I see myself standing behind a counter in an unwanted mental image. It's a fate that could easily await me if I fail to make it as a professional gamer. I shake my head free of the thought and make my way to the refrigerated section of the store to fill my fists with cans and bottles. Seriously, Mock, one of those better be like a vitamin drink. If they're all energy drinks, we're gonna find you dead in Korea. Some of the drinks may have strange names, but I'll be damned they aren't good. I drop them on the counter in front of the old man and briefly make eye contact with him. He seems to recognize me, but he doesn't say anything to indicate it. He rings up my drink slowly, not from age or callousness. And I go to college. But because he's in no great rush, the store is empty aside from me, after all. 6,000 won. I swipe my credit card in the reader and depart with a polite smile, anxious to return to my apartment. The clerk returns the expression and watches me go without another word. The only top-tier player I'm on speaking terms with is Acel, but how would I even approach the subject of getting him to leave his team for a new and untested one? Maybe it would be better for me to simply get a lead from him. If I can't manage that, then I'm left to scour local PC bangs and message boards on my own. Whatever, I'll figure this out tomorrow. And you had to convince her? Seriously? She's been talking this up to me about... There's no about there, but I keep reading it anyway. She's been tucking this up to me for the past 2 months. It's a big change. Plus, I just met you guys. I'd be hesitant too. Asel grins, no doubt replaying Jet's angst in his mind's eye. Getting in at the ground floor is a major plus. Naira, the opposite. Holy shit. I swear the next video will be better. You were in the right place at the right time. If it works out, that is. Asel glances over his shoulder before returning his attention to me. Most teams barely pay their players anything. I've got it good for someone my age, but even I have part of my winnings taken for the team's benefit. Ouch. Luckily for Westerners, that isn't a trend that has caught on outside of South Korea. So, I can't do it. It's impossible. The word simply will not come, just like how Taec reads. What? Oh. Asel lets out a laugh, genuine and highly amused. He tries to get his words out, and unlike me, eventually ends up succeeding. Sorry, Mock, but no can do. I'm signed up with Crash until the end of the year. I'm not allowed to play for anyone else until my contract is up. As I expected. Really, it shouldn't come as a surprise. I sigh, fall back into my chair, and rest my palms atop my head. I had to ask. Just expecting me to pick up our players while she handles the management and sponsorship side of things. Hey, well, I can help you with the next best thing. I'd be thankful for any help at all. Don't you worry, I've got a short list of easy pickups. An extremely short list. He clears his throat. There's only one person on it. But hey, better than nothing, right? Who is it? Oh, straight to the business. Eager for our bunk bed, I see. Trust me, Mach, you'll want the bottom bunk. Wait, why? You know from experience? Sure do. When I was 16, some up-jump Brood War clan scraped me from the bottom of the barrel and set me up in their overcrowded sweatshop of a team house. I had to sleep above someone at least 2 years past a graceful retirement. I've seen solitaire players with better APM. He snored. A lot. The fuck's APM? Let me check this shit out. How do I check the... Oh, there it is. APM. Average number of actions made per minute. Top players generally have at least 300 APM and often more. Whoa. 300, huh? I guess I'd have like 100 APM. As horrible as he's trying to make it seem, Asel sounds closer to a wistful than bitter as he recounts first years as a professional gamer. What happened to the team? Sponsor flaked. Team didn't have the money for legal action. Coach didn't tell us until 20 minutes before rent was due. Someone stole my mousepad as we were moving out, and that was the end of my StarCraft career. Wait, no, it kept going for 7 years after that, and somehow still isn't over. Always forget that part. Asel, top Korean Terran, master storyteller, unlike me. Anyway, this guy's name is Stunt. Plays Protoss. He's pretty good. But, does there have to be a but? I'm sensing a but. It's a small but. He's incredibly cheesy, and maybe a touch arrogant. And he's a high schooler, but he's good. Why haven't any other teams picked him up if that's the case? He shrugs. I get the feeling that Asel genuinely doesn't know. But I'm left anxious nonetheless. Still, it's important to have some kind of racial distribution on the team. Not in terms of foreigners or Korean, mind you, but rather of Zergs, Protoss, and Terran. Right, because Mach's a Terran, and fuck, I forgot her name. It's been so long since I played this. And we just said her name. Oh well. Do you know how I could get in touch with him? I could give you his information for a friend request, but he'd probably block you on the assumption that you're a gold seller or something. Your best bet is to find him in person at Stomping Grounds. His Stomping Grounds? What do you mean? Where? No, Stomping Grounds. That's the name of the PC bang he's usually at. Another trek across Seoul. I have never heard of the place, much less been to it. Estelle takes note of my frown and wags a finger at me. What? You fly halfway across the world and can't be bothered to walk for half an hour? Take the subway if you're that lazy. No, it's fine. I shouldn't have expected this to be easy. Now we're talking. Get going. I'll keep an eye out for your next player in the meantime. I checked the map on my phone for the second time after reading the sign for a third. This is definitely Stomping Grounds. A deep breath helps calm my nerves. Seconds later, I push open the glass door and make my way inside. Pretty much as I expected. Computers, vending machines, tables, and the sound of 24 mice and keyboards. PC bangs are nothing if not similar to one another. Speaking of, Asian esports, CSGO just opened up a Hong Kong server, I believe. And I'll be seeing my fellow Asians, my fellow Chinese people, I guess. Actually, I hope not. Their pings are probably shit because I live in America. When a shiver runs down my back, I realize that the AC in here is cranked up ridiculously high. I actually probably should kinda have that. I read somewhere that casinos pump in extra oxygen to keep their patrons awake and alert. Maybe this place has tried to adapt the same tactic to their cafe. Actually, I feel like they do the opposite. I've been to a few casinos. Kinda make you drowsy. A middle-aged woman sits behind the front desk. She glances up at me when I pass by, and then returns her attention to the magazines splayed out in front of her. A quick scan of heads lined up in front of monitors offer me a few potential stunts amidst the sea of scrubs. Lascelles' description, he's short and has bleached hair. I'm able to narrow it down quickly and confirm his identity with a look at his monitor. He's in the middle of a ladder match, and he's playing StarCraft 2 with one hand, and the other is occupied with a game on his cell phone. All the same, Stunt's crushing his opponent with a rush build, and by the look on his face, he takes great pleasure in that fact. His enemy sends a salty one-liner before dropping out of the game without a GG. Stunt grins wide and puts his hands behind his head, satisfied. After checking the post-game stats, he glances over his shoulder and then he spins his chair around to find me watching him. Bruh, can we get any more freaking... We just went deep animu. Sup? Actually, no, let me get the proper voice for that. Sup? I'm making fun of squeakers. Anyway, let me read that in the proper voice now. Sup? Anything you want? Yeah, you're Stunt, right? That's me. And who are you? I'm Mock. Stunt lights up, stands upright, and plants his hands on his hips all at once. Right, the foreigner that Cell messaged me about. Was starting to think you wouldn't show up. Let's get this bet match going. Bet match. Wow, words. Don't fail me now. Hey everyone, the bet match is on. What? Damn it. Really, Cell? Before I can attempt an explanation, a crowd of 6 or 7 middle school-aged kids form behind Stunt. I don't see myself talking my way out of this. Bet match, right. That's me. Yep. That's what I'm here for. A foreign girl is going up against Stunt? Is this a bet match or a donation? When will they learn? He's the cafe's best player. He's Stunt. Will you buy me a juice with your winnings? Bruh. Stunt ignores the peanut gallery and takes a step forward, sizing me up. Judging by his appearance, it looks like he just started high school. I'm almost a head taller than him. Estelle said you'd be down for 15,000 won bet, but come on, you can do better than that, right? How much were you thinking? 25,000. It's a much better number, wouldn't you say? Come on, you had to drag your ass all the way over here to play. Let's make it interesting. That's what, $20 or so? I'd have to skip a few trips to Gomart, but I can't risk having him turn me down. Okay, fine. 25,000. What are you gonna do about the map? The best out of 3, right? Nah, best of 1 is fine. My time's too valuable. And in a show of good faith, you can pick the map. Sal wasn't kidding about this kid's cockiness. Whatever, at least I can choose a map with a long rush distance. I find a seat at a computer nearby, though not so close that we could catch a glimpse at one another's screen. A locked window stares back at me as I sit down, of course. I need to pay to use the PC, but before I can head back to the front of the desk, Stunt slides in front of me and takes the mouse. Yo, I got it. Consider it an investment for the money you're about to give me. He unlocks the machine with a few clicks and an entry of a password. Huh, that works. After I thank him, he slinks back over to his setup. Stunt shares a few confident words with the underage crowd behind him, and then he throws his headphones on. Exactly why do you need headphones for StarCraft? I've never understood that. Somebody explain it to me in the comments. I host up a game and toss him an invite. It's not long after that, I'm staring down my base and 6 workers. Cannons, 2 gates, 4 gate. Blink, proxy robo, proxy stargate. There are a dozen different ways that Stunt can end this game early. Let's see over here. Stunt. Young, untrained talent. Favors unorthodox play. Bad taste in hair dye. That's probably the most important. As a precaution, I scout around the interior of my base to ensure that I'm not being cannon rushed. And as I do, and as I discover, I am. Just outside my vision range and dangerously close to my worker line, a cannon finishes building. Some losses in the defense are inevitable, but I handle this well. But if I handle this well, it should put me ahead of Stunt. It's gutsy of him to risk a best of 1 on a strategy like this. Practically all I have to do is scout it to score a victory. By microing my injured SCVs away from cannon shots, I'm able to end the rush at a low cost. In truth, that seems like an exceptionally weak attack. Was the cell hyping this kid up for nothing? I end up only losing 3 of my workers by the time a single cannon is dead. Now, where's that probe? There it is. With his probe down, there's no way he'll be able to drop down any more cannons. Still, he's probably planning his next move. I have to decide what comes next. If he's transitioning into something more standard, this would be a perfect time to counterattack. His tech has to be lacking, so there's no way he'll have strong enough units to defend a marine attack. And while it seems incredibly unlikely, there's always a chance that he might have another attack ready. If I want to err on the side of caution, I could stay in my base and simply tech up, but that might give him enough time to get back into the game. I should make this call based on what I know about his playstyle. I don't know too much about StarCraft, but if I were to play this, I'd probably stay on the defensive. Even though I'm giving up a chance to win the game, immediately the safe thing to do is tech up to dropships, but it looks like I won't need to. My precautionary scout uncovers an ambush waiting in a dark corner of my base. With more than enough units and space to micro marines, I dispatch his zealots with barely any losses. Cannon rush feint into a proxy gate? Absolutely ridiculous. With his rush rooted, Stunt quits out of the game without a GG. I won, with surprising ease too. Stunt pushes through the dumbfounded crowd and comes stomping over, fury in his eyes. He really didn't expect to lose. You blindly scouted the smoke in your base after a cannon rush? Are you kidding me? Who does that? Well, who camps long A after everybody goes B? I'm the guy that does that. Okay, that's called baiting, and I don't do that. I'm actually the first one to rush in. I raise my hands defensively and skirt away from the victory screen splashed across my monitor. Whoa. Calm down, it takes like 5 seconds. And you have a reputation for those kinds of builds, you know? He makes a disgruntled sound and stares hard at me. You got lucky. Oh my. What are you yelling back there for? Didn't I tell you to sweep up the back room an hour ago? Stop screaming at our customers and go do something useful. Lord have mercy. Without warning, the woman at the front desk paints Stunt a bright red from across the room. She glares at him for a moment longer before ducking back behind the counter. Talk about lousy bosses. His anger replaced with modesty, Stunt scratches behind his head. The middle schoolers have mostly dispersed, evidently destroyed by the cruel realization that their Protoss god can bleed. Sorry. That's my mom. Anyway, you beat me. Let me go get your cash. His mom? Even worse. I guess I can see the resemblance, minus the bleached hair. Explains how he unlocked my PC, at least. Actually, wait. I didn't come here for a bet match. What? But we just played one. I don't have to pay you then? No, kid, you're still paying me, but it wasn't a bet match. Oh, goddammit, Mock. What? No. I'm recruiting you for a new team. I saw mention that you were a free agent, and I wanted to see if you'd join up. I guess he thought it'd be funny to trick me into a bet match with you. A foreign team? Why didn't you just send me a message or something? No, a Korean one. And Estelle said you'd probably assume that was a fangirl and block me. Although I get the feeling that was just an excuse for this whole setup. Couldn't we have just kept it simple? What if I had lost? No, against this kid? No way. Stunt pauses and reaches for his phone. Distracted or no, he manages to carry on the conversation. Nah, lucking you sounds like something I would do. Anyway, who else you got? We've got... not Jet. Obviously not Jet. Wait, Jet is technically still on VIP. Can I tell him that she's planning to leave? What if he tells someone? Why didn't I think of this ahead of time? We've got some good players about to sign and the sponsor in the works. Nothing official. We're keeping everything under wraps until then. Sounds sketch. A mysterious sponsor and mysterious players. He doesn't seem convinced. I can hardly blame him. This sort of thing is unfortunately common in esports. But Estelle did vouch for you. That's worth something. And you did beat me. The future Protoss Bonjour. What? Titted glossary. The Korean term for a player who dominates a StarCraft scene for a long period of time. A Bonjour has a high win rate and successful championship wins. So far, StarCraft's only Bonjours have been Terran and Zerg players. I heard Protoss OP. Once we picked out 4 players and some management, we're going to pick out our team house. You'll need to live and practice with us. I blink once, look away, and take a tactical pause. If your mom will let you move out, that is. He rises to my bait and straightens up, both fists clenched. You're damn right she's going to let me. Alright, consider me signed. If I've got a room and enough money to pay for food, we're in business. Esports is a hard living, guys. It really is. Especially if you're just starting out and you don't got any sponsorships. Twitch makes it a little easier, but barely. Stunt pauses and lowers himself from the tips of his toes. What's the team called, by the way? Like I said, it's a work in progress. I'll let you know when it's picked out. If we're not named yet, I want to say in it, oh my god, don't make it XX Sephiroth, XX Sasuke Uchiha fangirl, yeah, XX. That's just as bad. That's pretty bad. I'm not even gonna say this. What even? Kid, this ain't a shonen anime. Although it looks... meh. Yeah, probably not. While Stunt revels in the afterglow of being signed to a StarCraft team, a thought occurs to me. Wait, don't you go to school? Let's just say I'm between schools right now. I don't bother trying to divulge any more information. If you can live in the team house and perform, that's good enough for me. Dude, if you try to do esports and college at the same time, plus balancing work, that's rough. I don't think anybody actually has done that. Some promising young pros defer school for Brood War back in the day, and if StarCraft doesn't work out for him, at least he's got a future cleaning up stomping grounds. Right, the mysteries won't last for long, I promise. Now be in touch if I need you to show up somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna hit you up for a practice game tonight if that's cool. Be online. Sounds good, welcome aboard. The fiery Protoss player lifts his chin for a final grin before heading into one of the PC Bang's back rooms. Probably to gather a broom and dustpan. And I'm gonna be heading off. This has been a pretty long video. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Taec out.